Let's get started with making our pie crust. What I have in here is 2 cups of gluten-free flour, and I just happen to have Bob Red's Mill baking 1-to-1. You can use any kind that you want or make up your own. The other thing is I put in our dry ingredients is 1 teaspoon of salt. I use pink Himalayan salt. And the next thing I do, this is a pastry blender, you're going to need that, is that I need to blend in the shortening, and I'm using organic all vegetable shortening. Whatever shortening that you use, what I'm going to show you is a trick on how to actually measure your shortening with using water, and it's so easy other than trying to stuff in your shortening in some measuring cup. So here it is. As I said, this is what I'm using, and this is how it's done. I take a 4 cup, this is going to make 2 pie shells. I take a 4 cup measuring and I put 2 cups of water, and we're going to start adding our shortening, and it's going to go in until it reaches a 2/3 cup, because 2/3 cup, this is like water displacement, so we need 2/3. So we're just going to start putting it in, and when the water reaches 2 2/3, you know that you have got 2/3 cups of shortening, or any kind. If you need a 1/2 cup, however any that you need to, let's see, where am I getting here? I'm almost there. Okay, 2/3. And I just kind of push it down, and here, let me use my hand here, and keep it down, because it should be under the watermark. And right there is 2/3 right there. Something popped up. That doesn't matter. So that's it. Now the next thing you do is just pour out the water, or pull out the shortening like this. Let it drip a little bit. But you're going to be adding water anyway, cold water. So you're going to put that in with your flour, and then you're going to start blending the shortening in the flour until it's pea size. And it's pretty much, you know, all the pie crusts will tell you that. It doesn't matter. A lot of them use butter, but I'm using, this is a vegan pie crust, and my vegan, I usually try to use whatever pie. So this is also, I use this in all my pies, blueberry, apple pie, and as well as pumpkin pie. So this is how you do it, and it's crumbly like this. It doesn't take long for your blender to do it. As I said, it's in 2 cups of flour. And if you just want 1 crust, well then it's 1 cup of flour and 1/3 of a cup of your shortening, and then half a teaspoon of salt. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is put in the water, and then we'll get it into a ball. So I'm going to put 8 tablespoons of water, and here's my tablespoon, and so we're going to put that in. So here it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I've used the same type of with just regular gluten flour, and it doesn't need as much water, so I do 6, but I've noticed that when I use gluten-free flours, it needs 2 more tablespoons of water than if you use your regular gluten all-purpose flour. So any of the flours that you use, the gluten-frees, would work in this. There's no problem. And it all depends on your moisture. So here we are, and I'm just going to put my hands in here and just bring it all together, and we'll be right back. You don't need to sit here and squishing the dough, and we'll be right back when we roll it out. Okay, now I put the water in. I've got all the, I put it into 2 balls, and each ball is around just shy of 9 ounces each. And I try to put them in. Now I'm going to roll them out. And this is a trick that I have learned working with all gluten-free projects, even keto stuff when you're doing baking, and that is to use parchment paper. And I've taken parchment paper, and I'm going to put that on the bottom, and then I'm going to put the dough in the middle. And so I have one down, and then I also have one to put over it. So you're not really touching. And I've got an extra one here. I might cut this one on. It's a little bigger. So I do 3. Sometimes I do 4. It all depends on what I want. And this is the pie pan that I'm going to be using. And I love these things. I've been collecting these. I go to antique markets and look for these enamel ware. And love it, love it. And it makes the best pie. Here's another one. Here's another one. I love that. That's that beautiful blue. And anyway, I've had these for eons. And so I'm going to show you what to do. A technique that I use so this doesn't slide around. I mean, that's what you don't want. Is I'll take water, and I've just got this water squirt bottle now for it. And I'll just squirt down a little bit down here, because what happens is ease this out, and it really helps to hold it down a little bit. Am I in there? And if you don't have parchment paper, oh, I don't want it to roll on back. I'll turn it over. Then use wax paper. That each one will work as well. So you know it's bigger, and that's all you want. So what I'm going to do is still rolling up. Oh well. Is take my dough balls, and I'm going to kind of squish it out here a little bit, and then I'm going to put the other one on top. And this is going to help you also to put in your pan, because all you do is going to flop it over into the pan. And so this is another trick that if it is to bring it toward you. Let's see if I can see this. If we're in the, there we go. Bring it toward yourself and kind of lean up against it and kind of trap it between your body and the surface. And then as you roll it out, it's going to stay. And then if you turn it, also, you can do it the other way. And then your body just kind of traps the parchment papers, and it gives you a chance to really press down hard, because you do want to get as much thinness. You don't want a lot of thickness, but you want it even. And so when you do this, and this is the last the turn, then you've got a nice even, and it cooks even. Nice thickness. It's about the same. And so you just have to see, well, is this going to fit? And I think that's about it. That'll fit right in there. So check and make sure that I'm still in the frame, so you can see what I'm doing. So that's how I make my pie dough. The recipe will be in the bottom. And the last thing is just it peels it right off, like that. And then you can use that again. If not, you can do another one. I always pull off 3 just in case something tears. So I put this on over this. It's on there, and try to center as best I can. Let's see, am I in frame? Yep. So all I do is put my hand underneath the paper and then flip it over. And so you can see whether it's on there correctly, if it's centered in there, and then you start to peel it off. And if it doesn't peel off, yes, I think it's doing a fairly good job peeling off. And then like even if you have your gluten, you just start putting it in the pan, and then just take a little bit, and if it needs a little bit more there, and take it and kind of marry it in. Now I'm making this particular pie shells. I'm making 2 because I'm going to make some pumpkin pie, and that's a vegan. That's going to be another video, but I wanted to just kind of show you the pie process, my recipe, as well as how to do the process, how to handle the dough that you're making for your pie dough. And I'm telling you, it's crispy, it's good, it's not soggy. It's one of the best. Anyway, I'm sharing, this is what I do, and I hope you try to do it as well. Excuse me. And just make your little crust like that, and that's it. And I hope that you appreciate our channel. And will subscribe and become Twisters, our community of Twisters. We also have a Facebook page. And if you have any comments, you can go there and join our page. A lot of people have questions, and I can answer them both ways, is below. And please, if you would also down below hit the bell, because you'll be notified when I keep putting these recipes up, and about our new channel, new videos, what I meant to say. And we appreciate you, and we're almost up to 100 in a few months, and that's all because of you as a community. And we love our family and friends, and that you've joined us, and that's it. And watch for our vegan pumpkin pie filling, because that's next. Bye for now. Love you guys.